Hi dear ones, welcome to Toes Academy. Today we are going to look at the important literary movements in English literature that will be really helpful for your set exam. So let's see the different literary movements and the different literary groups. Okay, the first one is Cavalier Points, and they are known as the supporters of Charles I, and they belong to the Caroline age. നമ്മുടെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ലിറ്ററേച്ചറിലെ ഓൾഡ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മിഡിൽ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് റിനൈസൻസിനെ നമ്മൾ നാലായി തിരിക്കും അല്ലെ. EJCC, എലിസബത്തിയൻ, ജക്കോബിയൻ, കാരോലിൻ ആൻഡ് ദ കോമൺവെൽത്ത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിലെ കാരോലിൻ ഏജിൽ റിനൈസൻസ് ഏജിലെ മൂന്നാമത്തെ ഏജ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാരോലിൻ ഏജിൽ വരുന്ന സപ്പോർട്ടേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് ചാൾസിനെ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഗ്രൂപ്പിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഷെവലിയർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കെവലിയർ പോയിറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് it belongs റോബർട്ട് ഹെറിക്, ജോൺ സക്ലിംഗ്, റിച്ചാർഡ് ലവ്ലേസ്, തോമസ് കെറിയു, and the main themes dealt by this group of poets are the courtly themes of beauty, because they are supporting the King Charles, so they presented the courtly themes of beauty, love and loyalty. The next group is metaphysical school of poets. They are the 17th century poets, and you all know the metaphysical poets are blessed with the use of metaphysical conceits. And what do you mean by metaphysical conceits? Metaphysical conceits means heterogeneous ideas yoked by violence together. വളരെ ഡിഫറെൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള നമ്മൾ ഒരു രീതിക്ക് നമുക്ക് മെറ്റഫറൈ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്ത ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് കൺസെപ്റ്റ്സിനെ അവർ ബ്ലെൻഡ് ചെയ്യിപ്പിക്കും. And they use religious themes, and the term metaphysical was coined by Samuel Johnson, and this group include John Donne, George Herbert, Richard Croshaw, Andrew Marvell, Henry Woogham and Terhine. The next group are the Augustinians, basically the satirists of the society. സൊസൈറ്റിനെ സെറ്റാർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആക്ഷേപിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ അഗസ്റ്റിയൻസിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. They basically made satire on the manners and the behaviors of society. They simply criticized how the society behaved and how the manners of society are, and they followed the classical ideas. They formed the Scribblers Club, and the members are Jonathan Swift, Alexander Pope, John Gay, John Arbuthnot, Thomas Parnell. The next is a group of Gothic writers emerged during the Romantic period. That means after the publication of lyrical ballads, Romantic period was inaugurated, and the Gothic group of writers belonged to the Romantic period. So it contained the romantic elements like nature, everything. But apart from that, the Gothic novels also contain the supernatural elements like death, horror, haunted castle, ghost, etc. And the main writer belongs to the Gothic novels was Horace Walpole, and his very famous work, The Castle of Otranto, inaugurated this genre Gothic novels. The other ones are Anne Radcliffe and her famous work, The Mysteries of Udolpho, William Thomas Beckford Warwick, Clara Reeve, The Old English Bacon, Matthew Leaves, The Monk, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. That was a science fiction, but that belongs to the category of a Gothic novel. Edgar Allan Poe, The Fall of House of Usher. These are some of the examples, and these are the major writers belong to the Gothic fiction. Lake poets. As we all know, they are the romantic poets, lived in the Lake District of England, wrote about nature. William Wordsworth, Coleridge, Sati. Transcendentalism. Transcendentalism was a very famous American movement, and they believe in self-reliance and they give much importance to individualism. And they started their own journal called The Dial, and the major figures are Thoreau, Margaret Fuller, Emerson. Okay. Dark Romanticism. Dark Romanticism was a movement that emerged during the 19th century, and that was a reaction to Transcendentalism. Transcendentalism gave much importance to the individual talents, individual uniqueness, etc. But Dark Romanticism finds man inherently sinful and self-destructive, and they looked on the dark side of human psyche. Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Herman Melville, Edwin Arlington Robinson are some of the members who belongs to Dark Romanticism. PreRaphaelism emerged in 1848. Group of 7 members. It includes painters, poets, and critics. PreRaphaelitism എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് PreRaphaelite brotherhood എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരേപോലെ ചിന്ത capabilities ഉള്ള different professional പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ആൾക്കാരുടെ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ്. It's not a like group, it's a like group. And the members are William Holman Hunter, he was a painter, John Edward Millars, painter, D.J. Rossetti, poet, painter, translator, W.M. Rossetti, writer and critic, James Collison, painter, Frederick George, critic, Thomas Boone, sculptor and poet. World War poets. And they participated in the war. World War poets are a group of poets. They participated in the war. So they wrote her first an experience about the horrors of wars. അവർ വാറിൽ പങ്കെടുത്ത കാരണം they know how cruel and how horror the face of a war. And the members are Siegfried Sassoon, Robert Brooke, Wilfred Owen. The Lost Generation. It was an American movement, and they wrote about directionless illusions. Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Joe Das Parson, Gertrude Stein, T.S. Eliot are the members who belongs to Lost Generation. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness was a narrative technique. Stream, our mind is like a stream. ഒരു അരുവി പോലെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സ്. അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിന് ചഞ്ചലപ്പെട്ട് ഒഴുകുന്നതായിരിക്കും. So there is no logical thought, and there is a flow of thoughts and interior monologue. It was a device, something similar to a soliloquy, and the events are not logically connected. The term was introduced by William James, and the main figures are Lawrence Stern, Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, Henry James, William Faulkner. Absurdism. Absurdism was a movement that means sense of meaningless and lack of existentialism. And the group was emerged after the World War, and they mainly focus how the horrors of war affected the people. And the main figures are Samuel Beckett, Eugene Ionesco, Jean Genet, Harold Pinter, Tom Stoppard, Edward Albee. Post-colonialism. Post-colonialism means writers from former colonies of European countries whose work is politically charged. ഒരു കാലത്ത് ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാരുടെ യൂറോപ്യൻകാരുടെ കോളനി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ നിന്ന് ആൾക്കാർ അവരുടെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് അല്ലെ റൈറ്റേഴ്സ് അവരുടെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കാറ്റഗറിയാണ് പോസ്റ്റ് കൊളോണിയലിസം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. V.S. Naipaul, Derek Walcott, Salman Rushdie, Boye Soyinka, Chinua Achebe are some of the major figures belongs to post-colonialism. Confessional poetry. Confessional poetry is a type of personal journey towards ourselves, and it's a way for self-empowerment. Robert Lovell, Sylvia Plath, John Berrickman, Allen Ginsberg. Angry Young Man. That belongs to 1950s movement. It was basically put forward by the working class, lower middle class, and that was a raw anger against the corruption and they show the frustration of post-war. Kingsley Ames, John Wayne, John Osborne, John Brain are some of the figures associated with angry young man. Thank you.